Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I'm Mr. Randy, and today we're doing another final pour episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. Come on in, get seated, get comfortable. We'll have a pour. All my returning viewers, you know it's always good to see you coming back. So let's go ahead and finish her off, shall we? For those of you who do not know my relationship with Kilchoman, the very first one I had was at STR French Cask BS. Absolutely can't stand French oak finished anything, really. It's uniquely Islay. This is a 2023 release. It is non-chill filtered, no color added. Only 15,100 bottles in this 2023 batch. They do give you the 750, which is unique. Because if you don't know this distillery, most distilleries in the UK, they put out 700 milliliter bottles. The majority of the 750 bottles that are bottled in the UK are meant for a greater reach beyond the UK and most of Western Europe. Beyond the UK and Western Europe, mainly that's where you start getting the 750 bottles, prominently because they ship the whiskey out, not in the bottle. They will bottle it wherever it lands, and that's where you get the 750s. Now, it's very rare for, a distillery to bottle 750 in the UK area, but there, that is. 50% alcohol by volume. It is Cognac cask matured, and I have just recently gotten back into Cognac. We've gotten some more better knowledge and information when we started dabbling with the Armagnac. Still love Armagnac better, but hey, it's just like loving Scotch over bourbon. You start with bourbon, you evolve to Scotch. I started with Cognac and I evolved to Armagnac. Some may say Armagnac is a step down from Cognac, but hey, it's still too early to tell. Cork pop, boom. Nice. That's a keeper. Let's go ahead and get this pour on, shall we? Oh, my sinuses suddenly just start. As soon as I start yapping. Yeah. Headstand? Yeah, cool. Will it stay without? Ta-da! So I do a 3-part series. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first impression with you because that's what we do. Put this out of the way. Part 2, full review time. We drink it down halfway. We put the cork back on it, put it on the shelf for a week and a half. Let it open up, let it off gas. You got to give it a chance, okay? Even if you just can't get past the shoulder, you got to somehow give it a chance. My suggestion is pour half of this bottle out into another empty bottle, and then let both of those bottles sit halfway for at least a week and a half. It will change. That's the nature of this beast. It will change. If it doesn't, I don't know, mark it up. It's just not meant to be, I guess. But halfway down, we do that. We let it sit. I go online, find as much as I can, come back. We talk about it. I'll score it. Then we continue to drink it because part 3, where we're at today, final pour episode, thusly named, we're going to have this final pour in the glass and then compare it to everything in between the first pour. Let's go ahead and get this under the nose. So there's this, it's this very wine-forward character. Not necessarily cognac. It's a little bit of spicy, medicinal, marinated Band-Aids. It's not so much Band-Aids, but it's like that very intensity that you get like out of some cough syrups that aren't necessarily flavored, to be more palatable for children. It's just like that, like you getting slapped and you know it, and you'll probably beg for another one. Hit me 2 times. It has changed, but it hasn't turned down. That's the thing, is it hasn't changed. It has changed, but it hasn't turned down. It's still got good intensity. It's got that wine. I can definitely, I can't pin it down now for the wine, even though I've gotten back into the cognac. I can't pin it down. But you can definitely tell it is a wine-finished whiskey. You can tell it's an Islay. That's a pretty good one. I mean, like I said, it's still got good intensity. It's changed a little bit. I don't think it's got sort of certain characters are no longer there, or at least they're turned down, and maybe they've moved on. So let's move on as well. Let's get on the palate. Ooh, on the final pour. Ooh, yeah, 50%. Thank you very much, sir. May I have another? Ooh, it's not like, it's not that hardcore slap you got in the first third of the bottle, that's for sure, but takes a hit and rolls with the punches. Yeah, there's a sort of sickly sweet sort of undertoning. That's definitely wine cask. Older, matured. I would love to know, like, what kind of cognac cask? You know, who's giving them these casks? Where are they coming from? What did they have in it before? Hennessy? Cavassier? Huh? If you like cognac, that's probably one of the reasons why you're watching this. Most of you is because it's a Scotch. If you like cognac, I just did sort of a step back and did the Cavassier VSOP and the Hennessy VSOP. Very special old pale. Now, we started off the cognac with those very two, but the very special, just the VS. But then when we had the Armagnac, we jumped up to the XO, extra old. And that's usually between, some of them are between 10 and 25 years, but they do have various steps between those. One of them is like, I forget which one it is, but I had a Napoleon, which, again, I'm not exactly fluent in cognac and Armagnac, but I'm learning, and let's do this. One more. Yes, of course. Yet again, I was not paying attention to here. I was paying attention to back here. Scott, it's okay. I love my carpet smelling like a good Scotch. It's got some good viscosity. You can see there. It's really pretty good. Transfers really nice to the palate. Good oiliness. Juicy because of good oily. Action goes cheeks, jowls, back end. Back end, I'm sorry, flip that. Back end, jowls, cheek. No gums, no lips. The heat on the back end is a good solid 3 out of 5. We've recalibrated the sensors. It's a good 3 out of 5. The cheeks, probably a 1, while the jowls are a 2. So it sort of comes in, pushes outward, sinks down, and rolls to the back. So the tongue is pretty much flashed over. But it does have that good sort of sickly sweetness on the back end, that marzipan, that deeper, richer red ripe fruits, like plums and stewed apples. This one's got stewed apples and not baked. There's a difference between stewed and baked. Okay. There's more in here than I'm going to do on a finish, but if you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, go ahead and do so now. That way these videos will come right to you as soon as I release them. We're about caught up, so now the videos are going to they're going to sort of spread apart. They used to come in about a week apart from each other because they were built up. Now we don't have that backlog anymore. Now it's just coming as it is. Now it's going to be like a week and a half between these videos. I'm pushing for like 2 videos a day. One brew review, one other, maybe another one would be like a non-brew review or a special occasion holiday sort of feature. Let's go ahead and move on. Mm-hmm. This one turned a little bit quicker. It only took like, what, 3 seconds? What I'm talking about is I do a Kentucky chew. For all of you that don't know, and just tuning in or just hearing it for the first time, I do a Kentucky chew. I take my sip, and I try and remove as much air as I possibly can, then slowly roll it back and forth, to and fro. And you'll wait, because you'll feel it. Once you take your sip, you'll feel the difference of the whiskey and your body temperature. Once the whiskey meets your body temperature, you're going to feel it. You're going to know it. And then everything changes. Then go ahead and proceed to swallow it. And then work it out. It's kind of almost like having two whiskeys in one. All right. 10, 11 minutes? Okay. Lots of cheeks. We've kind of flipped the script a little bit. There's heavy on the cheeks, not so much on the jowls. Probably like it's pushing a 3 on the cheeks, 2 on the jowls. For the back end, I'd say it's just a sub 2. That's weird. But like I said, once you do that, you kind of flip it and it becomes something different. Try it. Tell me what you think. Anywho, that's a pretty good finish. I've actually, thankfully, I think I just started on the wrong Kilchoman. That STR French oak BS was just bad. So now this one was like $60-something out the door for me. Typically it was like well over 100, but I got it on sale. Don't know why. It happens sometimes with these guys. I got the first one on sale. That's why I had the first one, because it was really on sale. They were trying to push it out. So Kilchoman, they have their bottles. They don't want them to sit on the shelf. So they push them out. They don't sustain a line. They're constantly refreshing, coming out with new lines, new expressions, new release dates and whatnot, because they want to just keep it fresh and keep it going. So you might not ever have the same one twice. Kind of like that. But there it is. In the comment section, would love to know where you're at. What are you currently drinking? Have you tried a Kilchoman? What's your favorite one? Let's talk about it. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a dang good one.